Awesome.
So, yep, but that's it for Variant Watch. So it's not time for Drew's reviews. It's time for
Drew's News. Exciting tales, fresh comic views, in the pages, heroes fly, villains plot, under the sky. From Gotham's dark to Metropolis views, we cover stories old and new. Drew's News. Your daily source for comic clues. Join the fun, this heroic crew in the world of Drew's Comics News.
Excelsior!
there's still not enough beer in the world for this shit. All right, you know what, Leo, Carrie, let's just
All right.
do your thing.
Okay. So, although we would love to have you continue to listen to our podcast, you can do the same thing while also checking out the Vito Tanzino podcast. What we have going on here is this started back in January, and guys, I've been watching it. It's pretty goddamn good. Dean Haspiel and Vito Del Sante have put together their own little podcast. I'm like, it's so cute. But no, it's really great. They've been friends for like ever. They're both fabulous creators, and they just like to hang out and chat and bring up things in the different comic world. Um, you can catch it over on YouTube, Spotify, Pocket Cast, or Apple Podcasts. But some of the fun that they've had is like recently they had Jonathan Ames on. He doesn't do podcasts, he doesn't do social media, he doesn't really do anything, but he came on to them because they're friends, they're buds. And he talked with them about his latest novel, writing advice for the frightened, collaborating with Dean before on The Alcoholic, and a lot more. They've also had on Russ Kazmierzak, Monty Keene and Matt Major. Rob Guillory, Ray Anthony Height are both expected to be coming on soon. And go ahead and check these guys out. They have so much fun going back and forth, and you can tell they're buddies. And Dino's studio is in his bathroom. His wife will occasionally, Vito's wife occasionally comes in and like tries to hide the toilet, and then wanders back out. But it's a really fun podcast, guys. And they've just gotten started, so get some subscriptions going. Check them out. See what's going on. We love you guys. So we're sharing some quality content with you.
Yes, this is awesome. So, in 1998, we saw Marvel Knights just change the comic book industry and redefine Marvel storytelling. Now, 25 years later, two of that imprint's key creators, former Marvel editor-in-chief Joe Quesada and acclaimed writer Christopher Priest, are back under the groundbreaking Marvel Knights banner this June with Marvel Knights: The Worlds to Come. So it's developed and almost completely done in its entirety. This is a 6-issue series where Quesada and Priest are going to combine their talents to produce a new vision of the Marvel Universe, beginning in Wakanda, where, spoiler, the king of Wakanda is dead, leaving unguarded the world's most advanced technology, precious metals, and a crypt vault of dark secrets, while triggering global conflicts among Marvel's heroes, villains, and mutants. With T'Challa gone and the future of the Marvel Universe teetering on a vibranium knife edge, a tribal challenge ensues for the Wakandan throne, and its mysterious victor will emerge as the new leader of Wakanda and usher in the world to come. This is a 6-issue miniseries, as you see there, with art and the wraparound cover by Joe Quesada, with story by Christopher Priest and colors by Richard Eisenoff. On sale June 4th. I mean, like I said, the creators literally said that this is just one of the best things they've worked on. It is just looks like so much fun. And having read Christopher Priest's Black Panther, I'm super excited because that was just some of the best stuff I've ever read from the character. So for them to come back and with this new take on the character, but also bring back Marvel Knights. I mean, my God, this is very exciting. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Beautifully done as well. Just
Oh my God, isn't
gorgeous
it
artwork there.
absolutely? Quesada is just on his game right now. He's doing great. And Carrie, you actually
Oh
got
yeah.
to meet him a bit this past weekend.
Yeah.
So
He was in the middle of drawing like he had a huge page of panels that he was working on, like going through. So I didn't want to take up too much of his time because he was hard at work getting things done. But he very nice, very super sweet guy. Yeah,
yeah,
and just like glancing over, it's like, oh, you are making magic. I do not want to interrupt the magic because damn, that is gorgeous.
word. But yeah, so that's that. What's next? Leo.
Yeah.
It's you. You're next, buddy.
Leopold.
The doctor is in.
Okay. So this summer, fan favorite rogue archaeologist Dr. Aphra, she's making her comeback to Marvel Comics in a brand new ongoing series, taking the sometimes good, sometimes bad character to unexplored territory. So Star Wars Dr. Aphra Chaos Agent is going to launch on June 18th. And in the story, we find Dr. Aphra in a post Return of the Jedi setting. So it's going to be moving beyond her original adventure during the original trilogy. And writer Cherish Chen and artist Gabriel Guzman is taking Aphra's journey as she receives a pardon for her past crimes and partners with Luke Skywalker on missions for the New Republic. So Dr. Aphra was first captured our hearts when creators Kieran Gillian and Salvador LaRocca introduced her in the Darth Vader series, and her popularity exploded. And then she was given her standalone adventures and series. And then Chen is known for her character driven storytelling and work on several Star Wars projects, while Guzman brings detailed, expressive art style that's perfectly suited for Aphra's adventures. And the first issue promises to tackle the questions: how will the formerly Imperial aligned Aphra adjust to working with the good guys? So, what rare artifact requires both her and Luke's force abilities? And what mysterious problem is affecting her tattoos? So, Dr. Aphra, Agent number one, is going to feature covers by artists EJ Sue, Sarah Pacelli, and Karen S. Darbo. And it hits shops June 18th.
Who's
Drew,
speaking?
yeah, Drew, what the hell are you doing?
Just keep talking.
I'm done talking.
Mhm.
Pretty covers. Who did them, Leo?
Actually, yeah, sorry, I said that already. EJ Sue, Sarah Pacelli, and
Oh,
Karen Darbo.
Nice.
I was
They're all
just giving
beautiful.
you something to say over here.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sorry. I should have said while I was
Th-
flipping through them. I was too busy reading. My bad.
They're they are pretty. They are pretty nice covers there. You know what else? There's some pretty nice covers.
The Sixth Gun.
All right. So I mentioned it last week that there was going to be that there was something that didn't stick on Comic Beat. And it was a lot more of a story than I was expecting to get when I got back. And they actually finally put it up when it was supposed to be up. So on June 4th, Oni Press is going to be premiering The Sixth Gun Road to the Six, number 0. Cullen Bunn and Brian Hurt are back again, bringing us more of their fan favorite fantasy western series. It has been 9 years since we've had any Six Gun, but none of us have ever stopped hoping that it's going to be brought back to this wonderful world of the gunslingers and the occult. This issue is going to start up about 30 years after we were last in the universe. The Six Gun has been reborn again. Some familiar faces are going to be waiting to fight back against a secret cabal who intend to gain control of the power of the Six Gun in order to rain down chaos, war, and genocide upon the world. Who will be the
Rain,
last group standing? pick it up to find out. And per the creators, returning to the world of the Sixth Gun has felt like a homecoming. According to Brian Hurt, this series is such a monumental part of my life, and finding a way to spend more time playing in the sandbox that Cullen and I created has been an absolute joy. And I think our shared enthusiasm comes through in this series. I'm so excited to invite readers, new and old, back into this world with us. And then on over to Cullen. Sometimes the world just gets me down, like I'm not sure I have the physical or mental fortitude to soldier on. Then I realize there's a new Six Gun series on the way. With that knowledge, I can face the tempest. I can remember, as Drake Sinclair said, the apocalypse can't stop me. The main covers that we're going to have going, if we go back, start with Brian Hurt. He does both this and then a limited black and white version of the same one. There's also, that's the next one over. After that, we have Justin Greenwood. And lastly, there is Matt Kint. And also prepare for, this is the road to the sixth, but on July 24th, the Sixth Gun Battle for the Six, issue 1 is going to be hitting your shelves. So go ahead and just get those. I can guarantee you this is going to sell out. So go
Absolutely.
ahead and reserve your copies as soon as you can. Once again, the first issue's year is going to be there on June 4th, and then July 24th, issue 1 of the new one is going to come out, or the next new one is going to come out. Get them. If you don't order them now, you're probably going to miss out. And I'm sure this is going to go into reprints. So, yeah,
Absolutely.
we're
I was
back.
going to ask, are those the creatures from the Max?
The Isis,
Well,
they do look like them, don't they?
They do. Yeah, I know it's not them,
They're.
but is
I have some figurines of those
oh
somewhere
nice.
in this place of mine. It's kind of organized, like the goblin's house in the labyrinth, but I do have some. All right,
I'm just gonna
so
keep
moving
shaking.
on. Drew's just like, no,
No,
really,
no,
no,
bro. Nah, bruh.
no, nah,
Nah,
brah,
nah, bruh.
you got none of that. No.
Nope, none of that. All right.
All right, what you
Yes.
got? There you
I
go.
got I got I got news. News for days. Um, so for its fifth year, Marvel Comics is celebrating LGBTQIA creators and characters in June with the giant-sized Pride anthology one-shot. So this year's edition, Marvel United, a Pride special issue 1, will feature 4 inspirational action-packed adventures with fan favorite characters, including members of the Avengers, X-Men, and such. So what we have is from Al Ewing and acclaimed artist Zai Kama. See Aaron Fisher, Captain America of the Railways, bravely confront the inimical and despicable hate monger. Um, Annie Roth fights alongside Captain America against Hydra during the height of World War II in a story about the past, which will reshape the future from superstar team of behind Avengers Academy Infinity, writer Anthony Oliveira, uh, Oliveira, sorry, and artist Pablo Collar, which is just arriving in time for Pride Month. Avengers Academy Assemble issue 1 will be collecting all 6 issues of Oliveira's Avengers Academy Infinity comic in print for the first time ever. Last year's Pride celebrated Mystique and Destiny's marriage. Now we're going to see a new chapter in their decade-spanning romance, touching on parenthood. And it co-stars their son, Nightcrawler, by author Wyatt Kennedy and artist Bailey Underwood in her Marvel Comics debut. And in another debut, writer Zoe Tunell teams up with rising star Federica Mancini for Black Cat Heist Gone Haywire as a super thief finds herself alongside heavenly hero Sarah in a dark battle against the fear-inducing demon Despair. And of course, there's going to be so much more, including interviews, insightful essays, and such. So all of this with also covers by Lucas Wernick, Jan Balzdua, Hernando Souza, Luciano Vecchio, and Ricky Yugawa. All this on sale June 4th.
That final cover with by Ricky Agawa, I was looking at it, and for some reason, this went back to, I don't know if you've ever seen PG Psycho Gorman, but there's this thing where it's like, check out the Hunky Boys. I'm not sure if I like Hunky Boys. I might like the Hunky Boys. And I was just like, as soon as I was just like, that's a Hunky Boy cover. I don't know.
What, this one
Like,
with
yes.
Akiro, aka Dakin, aka Wolverine's son?
Yeah, it's got the abs and the whole thing built, and I was like, that takes me back to the days of when they had the hunky boy poses, and
Get
it
out of here.
just, I know.
Get out of here with that. But
Great cover though.
I'm also laughing because I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm
Having
talking
seen
about.
Psycho Gorman. Yeah, so like I said, June 4th, everybody. So check it out.
I don't know if you know this person, Kevin Smith. I hear he's a filmmaker, a podcaster, a comic writer. Of
Sounds
course,
like
everybody.
sounds like the kind of guy you definitely meet in a convenience store, clerking
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah. You ever been to the actual convenience store?
It's
Uh,
always been on my bucket list. I think me
I
and my sister have been talking about it since we were young enough to appreciate Clerks and everything Kevin Smith ever did.
I went probably 5 or 6 years ago, and it's still exactly like the movie. Like it's laid out exactly the same. It's
can
awesome.
you
And a matter of fact, at that time, it's been bought out since, but still the old video store was next to it. It was
Yeah.
closed down, but there's still VHS tapes in the window.
Yep.
can you get
Yeah.
to the roof? Like, could you and I go break some bones trying to get up there and
You
be
could
old
try,
people
but you
trying to
probably
be
will
good
get
people?
arrested. But the sad reality is, if you get up there, you definitely don't get any free Gatorades.
Oh, I don't get down either because I'd be like, well, fuck, I live here now, or else I'm going to injure myself incredibly.
All right. So
But
what's up with
it is.
Kevin Smith?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
So he's heading back to Marvel Comics this summer for a special
Ooh.
one shot. It's going to be giant size Amazing Spider-Man #1. It's going to feature
Mhm.
multiple stories from top industry talent. So it's going to
Okay.
include Smith's Spider-Man and Fantastic Four team up with artist Giuseppe Camicoli.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And Marvel teases the story. We will have your heart beating in overdrive and your sides hurting from how much you're laughing.
Okay.
So, Kevin Smith, obviously, he's not new to writing Marvel. He's best known for writing the Daredevil story, which helped
Mm-hmm.
set the stage for the character's darker era. And later, that inspired writers like Michael Bendis, Ed Brubaker. And then on the
Mm-hmm.
Spider Man side, he also penned Spider Man Black Cat Evil That Men Do. And the
Right.
giant size Amazing Spider Man #1 will include additional stories from other fan favorite creators. Al Ewing pairs with Mark Buckingham, and that's described as a decade spanning adventure featuring Spider Man and his closest friends. Is it Super Friends? No. And meanwhile,
Amazing.
Chips. Oh, Amazing Friends. Yeah. But what was the dog's name? Uh,
No. Nope.
no. No.
Nope.
Okay.
Couldn't think
So
of it.
Chip
Chip, chip,
Zdarsky and
chip,
artist Kei-Fu will introduce a
Starsky.
mysterious new character who Marvel hints will become important in upcoming storylines. And no, it's not Spider Boy. And Batman artist Greg Capullo provides the main cover for this
Oh,
oversized special. And it aims to showcase what Marvel storytelling special through the vision of some comics' biggest names. And giant size Amazing Spider-Man #1 planned to arrive in comic shops this summer. And we
nice.
don't have an exact date released for the announcement yet, but we will keep you tuned.
Cool. I love
So
those.
that is the. Oh, can you pull it up real quick again?
Yeah.
That is the tamest I have ever seen Storm's hair ever. Like, it's just like, okay, we got this one little wave and it tapers off and it's not like, usually her hair is like Batman's cape, it goes everywhere, and or like Spawn or pieces of Venom that randomly go around. But it's
Mm-hmm.
just like, Oh, fine. Got this nice little wave done now. Cool.
She switched conditioner.
She must have. It looks, like I'm like, hey, I wish I had that hair
Got it.
someday.
Nice.
That'd be nice.
We're over 2 hours. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Drew.
I just need to say I'm jealous you're covering this because I'm a kaiju fan, but because of who's writing it, I was like, okay, Carrie's got to cover this. So go, Carrie.
Yeah. All right. So tomorrow sees the first of the Godzilla versus the Marvel Universe books with Ryan North and John Romita Jr. setting up the Fantastic Four against Toho International's Godzilla. There are going to be six one-shot issues before the event is finished, and we're going to skip talking about all those and go straight to the end here. Landing in your LCS on July 2nd, Godzilla is the final issue. In the final issue of the event, Godzilla versus Thor. We got Jason Aaron and Aaron Cooter. They nabbed the giant monsters all out attack version of everyone's favorite kaiju lizard to make it a truly worthy battle for a god to take on as he is forced to defend the realms in this sixth battle between the King of Monsters versus Marvel heroes. But wait, there's more. This time around, those wacky folks from over at the Hand have managed to give Godzilla the power of the beast. How will Thor overcome this to save Midgard? I'm betting with a whole lot of crackatoons. So, if we hop on over, we got the covers. Initially, we're going to have the Aaron Cooter cover. This one, I believe there's the Aaron Cooter. Next, we go on to Foil by Mark Begley.
Mm-hmm.
The next after that is I believe this is the Gavin Guidry King of Monsters cover.
Yes.
And then the Nick Bradshaw, this is a monster homage in his series that he's been doing of those. And then
Amazing.
the last is my favorite of them all, the Walt Simonson.
Oh,
I just
wow.
I just think that looks badass as hell. So I
It's
mean, maybe it's me, but
no,
damn,
they
dude,
all look
dude can
pretty
still
cool.
produce that, and that's gorgeous.
Absolutely.
So yeah. So get ready. We're not going to get rid of kaiju ever, and that's a good thing. But
Yes,
get ready to have more and more of it coming through your different comic book circulations because, I mean, he's not Marvel owned. He could fight anybody.
it's true. That,
Toho
oh,
can send him to whoever they want. So next up, rather than
Uh, yes.
Tarzan.
Speaking of more kaiju,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I just
uh-huh.
want to point out yet again, I care about both of you, so I gave you both the kaiju stories.
I appreciate that. You sure you don't want this one?
No, I'm fine. Just keep going.
Okay.
Yep.
So, DC Comics and Legendary Comics have revealed exciting new details about their upcoming crossover sequel, Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong 2 Electric Boogaloo. So, set to launch on June 4th, the 7-issue limited series comes from writer Brian Buccellato, and artist Christian Juche, and colorist Louis Guerrero. And I know I butchered those names, so I totally
Oh yeah,
apologize.
you 100% did. Luis Guerrero.
Luis Guerrero.
Yeah. So Busatello, Bucellato
Are
is
you
known
sure
for
you're good?
Buccellalado.
his acclaim run on The Flash with Francis Manapul and his work on Batman the Dark Knight, while Deuce has
Deuce.
Deuce has impressed fans with his dynamic artwork on Justice League and Batman. So, following last year's Monster Hero Showdown, the new story finds Amanda Waller and Task Force X developing hybrid titans as they control to prevent future attacks. So the Justice League must travel to the legendary Earth and brave the dangers of Hollow Earth to stop Waller's plans, putting them on a collision course with I can't speak tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, with Kong and Godzilla and other monsterverse creatures. So the sequel introduces the exciting new element Titanized versions of DC characters and villains who will battle against Godzilla, Kong, and other monsters. And the series is going to bring back Colonel Lee Shaw, who first appeared in the 2014 graphic novel Godzilla Awakening, and also in the show. What was it called? I can't remember. But issue one features a main cover by Ducey
Starts
and variant
starts
cover
with an M.
Ducey, Duce.
No, no,
Yeah.
no. Are you talking about the Kaiju series, the Godzilla ones? Right?
Issue number one is main cover by series artist Ducey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about that show. My bad. I'm sorry. I got hung up on the wrong detail. Continue.
No
Sorry.
worries,
Sorry.
no worries.
Ignore me.
And it's going to be variant covers by including Dan Mora, Alan Qua, Gabriel Hardman, John Jiang, Kevin McGuire, Carlos DeAndra. And
Leander.
it's going to be available for pre-order at your LCS March 21st before hitting shelves on June 4th.
Nice.
And
Very
yeah,
awesome.
we got a bunch of the
I,
covers here.
yeah, I love that one.
The, it's
His
so.
glowy.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry. It's so easy to tell when it's a Dan Mora cover, like because they just like fucking shine, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
yeah. And
There's-
the internal artwork is awesome too.
Oh yeah. But
I,
look
do you
at
want to go
that.
back? Oh, those teeth. Ah.
Yeah, look at that Titanized King Shark.
Yeah, I was going to say that. That
Um,
is awesome.
can you go back to the cover with Superman being like this big in front of his nostril? Like, because that was one that
Yeah,
I. It's not necessarily my favorite, but it's just like one of those like proportionally think of it this way and just go, oh
Yep.
my.
well,
You know,
kind of like
you
the Thor one from the previous story. That
Yeah.
first
yeah,
cover.
yeah, I mean, we read through the Justice League and Godzilla and stuff, the first one, and it just didn't seem like it, it's hard to fit on the page, so it doesn't feel quite as overwhelming as it actually should be. But this was a
Right.
great, like, just perspective cover to give you an idea of like, oh, okay, then
Yep.
he's as big as his eyeball, maybe, probably not, but he, he could be a contact, I guess, if you wanted a Superman. Anyway, hi. You're
Yep.
having problems talking. I'm just drinking, so it works
Yep.
better that way.
Next one. The next one is
It's a
you,
fun
Carrie.
night. Yes, it is, and it's a very exciting story. Oh, Jar Jar would like to know: are you going to the Hush 2 early release tonight? I am not, Jar.
Holy shit! I
Um,
didn't even know there was an
there were,
early release.
and
Shit.
apparently nobody else is either.
Enjoy, buddy.
So,
I pre-ordered a bunch of the covers.
Nice.
okay.
I forgot to. I'm probably gonna have to get a second printing. It's not the end of the world. But
Well,
all right.
rather than doing that, what I did was I learned about Boom Studios bringing us a new horror series this June by Hello Darkness and Maw creator Jude Ellison S. Doyle, with art by Lissandro Estherin, who you might know from Redneck. In this American Gothic tale, Cora, an isolated farm girl, becomes impregnated by an angel and births a Nephilim of pure evil. Born basically as a toddler, he eventually can no longer hide behind out his outwardly angelic appearance as horrible acts of nature begin to take place around him. And as he reaches adulthood, his mother is called upon by heaven to destroy her unnatural offspring. The covers that we had back there were by Reiko Murakami and Ariel Olivetti. There will be more to come, including Abigail J. Harding, Jaylee and June Chung, and Javier Pulido. This is going to be in stores on June 4th, and it just has this lovely, lovely American Gothic religious setting going on with it. I love this kind of stuff. It reminds me the setting is similar to that in like Carnival
Mm-hmm.
and And
Yeah.
that's something that I'm always going to be like, yeah, sign me up. Give me that. Give me that old American Gothic feel. A lot of times, most of the times in the South, this feels a little bit more like plains area, which is where I'm from. So you get the corn, that's where you get all of that going on. It just looks gorgeous. So yeah, be looking forward to this. Once again on June 4th. Hit
Nice.
up boom. Hit up your
Yep.
LCS. And finally, in news, we have one last thing. Then we're going to my crowdfunding stuff.
I'm excited for this, and I wonder if DC's been listening to me complain about it for the
You
longest.
complain so much.
Oh yeah, yeah. But continuity, it's a big thing for me. So the absolute legend Mark Waid, he's going to be tackling one of his most ambitious projects in DC history. He's going to be creating a definitive timeline for DC's complex multiverse in a new history of the DC universe. This is going to be a 4-issue series that aims to streamline nearly a century of storytelling, addressing the various reboots from Crisis on Infinite Earths through Doomsday Clock, and have reshaped DC's continuity over the decades. Not going to mention Alfred and stuff like that. But anyway, Mark Waid says, this is my dream project. It's a chance to realign all of DC's sprawling continuity into one master timeline and to be joined by some of comics' greatest artists to make it shine. With new information for even longtime fans, plus Easter eggs galore, the series will be an essential read for DC fans. So, the series, you're probably wondering how it's going to play out. It's going to follow the Flash, Barry Allen, as he travels from the dawn of the DC universe through the modern age, chronicling what truly counts in current continuity. Even veteran DC readers can expect surprises as Wade establishes the definitive canon. So art will be done by the amazing Jerry Ordway, who worked on the original Crisis of Infinite Earths, and Todd Nauck, known for his work on Superman, The Flash, Teen Titans. And so Nuck is saying, I'm having an absolute blast with this project. Mark has come up with something cool for me to draw on every page, and I'm learning new aspects of DC history I hadn't known before. And I've been reading DC comics for decades. The first issue features a main cover by Chris Samney with variants by Dan Mora, Ryan Sook, Mike Cho, and the new history of the DC Universe launches in June with pre-orders available in late March. So definitely hit up your LCS because everybody's going to need to get this. I mean, this is going to be awesome.
It
Oh,
looks
dude,
awesome.
go back. You go back to that art germ cover.
Oh,
That
yeah.
I caught that hadn't been released earlier, but
Wow. That is
that's
fantastic.
gorgeous.
All these covers are stunning.
Yeah, I was Scott Koblish, man. Like, is he working on a world record of how many people he can fit into a single comic?
Oh no.
Because
Look at that.
as I say, I don't
Good
know if you can
Lord.
zoom in and go around on that, Leo, with what I sent you, but just being able to see like how many of these people are there that
Uh,
yeah, I'm not.
My thing is, how do you fit them in? Like there's just so many. Like,
Yeah, he's just like, oh, I'll just put all
man,
these
like
folks here.
like I'm actually zooming in right now and looking, and I'm like, good Lord, there are
I
so
didn't even try to break this one up because I was like, I have no good lines. It will be, I believe, a number of connecting covers that end up making this whole
hmm
thing. I- but nowhere that I went showed it broken into pieces yet. So, but I mean, like, if you want an entire universe included in one cover, I believe Mr. Koblish is your man to get a hold of and just be like, "Hi, could you please draw 4,732 people?" And he would just be like, "Why,
Sure.
yes.
Yes, I
Is
can.
there anything in particular you would like about them? What order?" Because, I mean, who even are some of these people? You look at them, you're like, "I don't know what's that little guy over there? Who's the guy with the red cap and the
Leo,
striped
stop
shirt?
zooming in at it. I'm looking at the stuff.
I
Sorry, Carrie.
I asked him to zoom in. But yeah, there's just all the characters from all the places. Everything.
Jeez.
What was that movie? Everything Everywhere All at Once
Yes,
in the DC universe. Ta-da.
absolutely.
Publish delivers.
Seriously. Amazing. Amazing. All right. I
Yeah.
think, Leo, I think that's the news. Unless, did you mention when this is coming out? Like,
Pre-orders come out. Let's see. Hold on.
well, I know it's available in June, but
Yeah, and pre-orders start end of this month.
crazy. All right. Well, I think that's all
Yeah.
the news. There's a bigger one than we're used to.
Excelsior!